J could be another option as well, because I worry that if you put a show here, he's quite vulnerable, right? Yeah, you need to have a secondary tank if you want to put a show here.
Yeah, definitely. And right now with the Okyo, and also we have Renji has been taken out as well. A lot of farm lane is being focused down because Vietnam do acknowledge that maybe the winning condition of Singapore really all goes down to Kayang. And right now, having the Kui that is being banned is quite smart because Vietnam sometimes leans more towards playing annoying heroes. And you know what? They're doing the right thing.
They are doing the right thing, and I want to see what they have in store right now. It's the exact same 3 picks coming in for Team Vietnam. The only difference is it's not an Aaron anymore. Both farm laners swap their positions in this case. We do get another form of a roamer here in the form of Yu Huan going over to the side of Weekend here, but improvements. At the very least, that's an Atta that can actually stand in the front for the team this time around.
But then again, who's going to stand in the back? That might be a little bit of worry, right? Because before this, it's like, okay, there's only one tank that can stand the front, and then who blocks like the other entrances, right? So that can be a bit of worry for me, but Sagi.
At the very least, they can go and open the map. Yeah, at least they can
at the very least,
to be fair.
To be fair. Because previously, you need a Guan Yu to be consistently at the back line going in for the aggressive takes. But he went through the front line, and as Adam likes to say, Guan Yu's not the best of the tanks in the front. Not too tanky, not too cool. So it's definitely coming down to this final Atta pick here. Gentlemen, Game 3 on the line. Only one team makes it to the finals of our last chance stage.
Thank you, Sagi. As we go into the game right now, we want to see on how the execution from both sides of the team. That's what matters, right? Because it all goes down to how they're going to rotate, how they're going to make good use of the Atta's tankiness this time. Very interesting to see a double smite coming in from the Singaporean side. It seems like they're sending Atta towards the clash with a smite.
Yeah, the same success factor, right, as game number 1. When they had the double smite, it almost feels like Team Vietnam cannot contest for any objectives at all. Yeah. Even if they try, it will be very, very difficult unless they're able to really zone out the players of Team Singapore. So right now with the double smite, Team Singapore, we can expect them to be more active when the first Tyrant comes up. Then it's going to be Team Vietnam's calling card, whether they want to challenge for it or not.
Yeah, for sure. Right now, we do have both of the team doing proper goal sharing just a little bit, but it seems like the damage coming in, just trying to poke the Singaporean players in the bottom lane, and they're doing it quite well for now. Yanji is still at the top lane, though. He's trying to get the spirit, but look at this. They're going to jump in.
Rotation. They're looking at Hui Tan, but then again, right in front, Nampo tries to block their entrance, but Hui Tan will still fall. First try will be given to Yi Hui, just like that. But Ning Bang gets another target elsewhere, so a bit of a trade-off here between the two.
A bit too long coming in from Yuming. He stayed there for a bit too long with the help of Zia as well. They managed to actually clear all the minions, and the tower starts to focus down on Yuming. I think this is a bit a waste of HP also of their goal right now. But sure, in the top lane, they still have Atta, who hasn't done any rotation yet. So that's what we want to see afterwards.
But Team Vietnam, they got all the buffs so far. Look at this, right? They stole away all the buffs of Team Singapore. Now, for Nakoruru, you need the buff, right? Yeah. You need the Ashura Golem. And if you don't have it at the very beginning, that will kind of slow down your farming rate.
True. Definitely will slow down the farming rate. The rotation coming in from Yu Ming, trying to get the blue buff for now. Still have Zia quite nearby, trying to move from one bush to another. Wings of Judgment, trying to find them off from the area to make sure there's a lot of space for the teammates to farm at the bottom lane. And we can see on how Singapore is really trying to save Kayang from any move towards him.
And Huiduk just keeping an eye out to Yanzi, but I don't think there'll be big engagement between the two for now. It's more of like, okay, I'll just wait inside here, just gather information and send it over. What will the big contest will be at the bottom? I want to keep my eye on the bottom here because they seem to be keep wanting to go for Hui Tang.
Yeah, and also the damage coming in into Lin Van is quite high. He's forced to use his flash, trying to save his mid lane from minions for sure. But finally, Kayang might have a little bit of space to breathe, and he will try to focus down to get the RD. But the RD from Hui Tang manages to go back just a bit into the tower. Right now, they're going to be clearing the minion as fast as they can.
Oh, that's a lot of damage onto Yi Hui. But lucky enough for Yihui, he's able to tank that one enough for him to survive, and he will turn back. Plus, there's a heal off underneath the tower, so he'll be okay for now.
Yeah, Hutan still using the Parasola, manages to run away quite efficiently as well. The Yanji is still at the top lane, by the way. He hasn't done any rotation just yet. We want to see him to be doing a lot of those tankings, a lot of those opening the visions for his team. But you know what? It's probably still too early. It is probably still time for him to keep on farming.
Yes, as long as he has the space though. But then again, 5 more seconds before the Tyrant comes up, and both sides will need to be prepared for it. And it looks like Team Vietnam, they are ready right in front of the Tyrant. They will go in for it, but they have to be aware of the double smite that Team Singapore has. Right now, Tyrant 50% of health, but looks like they will go onto the backline with the Tremble Smash, but it will not be enough to take the one. Namfong is in trouble! Namfong able to slide away the safety, but Team Singapore, they take away the Tyrant from the hands of Team Vietnam!
Somehow they managed to really control the area, and using the smite coming in from Yanji and also Yuming, this is actually quite good coming up from them, trying to really utilize Yanji's smite and the tankiness that he has. That's the advantage that they do have. Singapore manages to destroy the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane.
Wow, very, very good response by Team Singapore. They're confident with their smite. They're confident with the double smites that they have. They already set up a double smite. What they need to do is that they really need to push Team Vietnam when the objectives are up. If not, Team Vietnam, of course, will take it for free. And with that level of confidence that they're showing, they got rewarded for it. Now it's all about winning the map.
And this time around is when we can see both sides of the team don't have any flankers. No one to actually force himself to go through back and try to push them back and forth and whatnot. So it seems like they're going to try to engage directly forward, and Wings of Judgment has been used. He's trying to find him, but will he be able to run away? Yu is going to go down first. Hui Tan manages to find the damage, but Bao Huang so aggressive with the Ukyo.
Ooh, that was a close one there for Bao Wang. Lucky enough, he's able to jump over the ghost ship and able to escape from there. And they managed to get the Yihui in that process, so it's a small win for Team Vietnam. But they still need to catch up in terms of gold, about a 1,000 difference. And at the same time, they have to be careful of Yuming, who has been playing that split push again.
Yeah, they keep on getting caught one after another, right? Without anyone trying to tank in front of them properly. Still waiting for the moment for Yanji to actually be forward. But exactly like what Cloud said, who's going to protect them at the back?
Yeah, exactly, right? The backline is vulnerable when that happens, so they have to be very aware of the situation every time that happens. But now Team Singapore, they are starting to group up together in the middle. I don't think they'll be interested in this Overlord, but rather they'll be interested to see how they can kind of stop Hui Tang at the top before he takes out the tower.
Yeah, right now we still have Nam Phuang trying to run away to the back. We still also have Hui Duk nearby. The most important thing is Lin Ban is going to be able to really help them from afar, trying to provide all the debuffs that he needs to slow down the rotation and movement from the Singaporean team. No one is going to be sent out towards the side lane to push the side lanes. They're all going to be focusing down towards the mid lane here.
Oh, Yanji receives damage, and now with the gold ship up, they will try to split them all up. Here comes the Nampong, has to run away, flashes to safety. Universal Law will be used to shoo away the members of Team Singapore from moving forward.
Yu Ming hasn't joined the team fight in the mid lane. He's gonna go to the top lane. Seems like he's gonna do the due diligence obligation for him to actually destroy towers and go and push the side lanes, which is very interesting too, right? Because he has all the mobility that he needs, and the fact that his team is not really committing to the fight is also because he's not around.
And look who's around though. It was Nampo wanting to try to find an advantage here, because right now the Tyrant, the Overlord is still up, but I don't think they'll be interested in this Overlord. It's more of like information gathering for Nampo. Now, for Team Vietnam, based on their setup, right, if you would agree with me, their setup is more team fight based.
Yeah.
So they have to kind of force fights.
Yeah.
If not, Team Singapore can continue to scale with the double spike.
Yeah, I agree. And right now, also at the same time, they can try to clear mid lane as fast as possible. Pretty sure Yihui has to clear it with Wings of Judgment soon. If not, then they'll just try to slowly clear the minions. Still have the blue buff that has just been taken by Bao Huang. The game is looking like a stalemate. It's not moving around at all. It's like it's plateauing because there's so much respect from each other. There's so much being careful to one another. But look at this.
Oh, Tremor Smash all the way to the back. They managed to catch one. And it's going to be Yu Hui down just before the Tyrant. This is a big advantage to Team Vietnam.
Yehui actually goes down. A bit overextension over there. The Parasola is going to be tried to be used to try to get the blue buff. But it seems like Yu Ming is just right on time. The rotation coming in from the Vietnam, trying to destroy the tier 1 tower for the top lane is a good choice. Right now, there's going to be giving a lot of chance for Singapore to get the Tyrant instead of the Overlord. Interesting on how Vietnam actually went towards the top for Overlord instead of Tyrant.
Yeah, I would think that they would go for the Tyrant as well,
Right.
because this is still the below 10-minute Overlord.
Yes.
And it's not going to give them that much. So to me, Team Singapore, they made the right choice of going for the Tyrant instead. Yes, they lost Yi Hui, but they got the Tyrant. It's not bad.
True. And right now, 1,000 gold in front. He's going to be trying to clear the minion as fast as he can with the Wings of Judgment. He's not going to hit heroes. He's going to hit minions, trying to make sure the tower still stands in the mid lane. This is how important it is to make sure the tower is still there.
Okay, next Tyrant and Overlord is going to be up. This one, if Team Vietnam wants to go for the Overlord, I'm cool with that. I'm down with that, right? But let's see what sort of decision will they make here. Gathering in the middle, again, both sides just face-checking each other. And now Yanzi, he has swapped into a role of more opening up the map, face-checking, because he's the only tank for the team. He just needs to be careful not to be taken down. If he gets taken down, there will be no secondary tank for Team Singapore.
True. That's the biggest risk that Singapore has right now for sure. But they do still have the Tyrant buff from before. They have to do something right now. The damage is trying to come in, but Nampuang is still quite in front of them. He's not going to try to go in just yet, waiting for Lin Fan to actually use his Universal Law to clear in the mid lane. But at the same time, 10 seconds before the Tyrant and Overlord spawns.
Look at how tanky Nampuang is, right? Like, he's able to absorb all that and just feel ticklish after walking out. It's like no effect at all to him.
Oh.
And Team Vietnam, yes, they're going for the Overlord. Team Singapore, they're going for the Tyrant. This one, I okay, Jim.
Yeah, and Hui Tan actually manages to get the blue buff just now, just by stealing, going there. And I think it's a good move coming up from the Yumi. Actually manages to get the Tyrant, and the Tyrant goes down. But it looks like they're going to try to force him one out. Tremor Smash has to be used to try to run away. It's to disengage, and this means Vietnam doesn't have any crowd control coming out from them, and they have to be just a little bit more safe.
Yeah, Trouble Smash is a big one, right? And the fact that Team Singapore is able to force that one out, they can actually plan for the next team fight.
Yeah.
And plus, they just got a shield for weekend, so that's going to be allowing them to sustain into team fights even more. But because Team Vietnam, they realize that they don't have the Tremor Smash, they play it safely for now, wait for the Tremor Smash to be available, then they will come back in.
Yeah, this is what we discussed about just now, right? If they have the advantage, what do Singapore do? Where do they go? What tower? Do they have to focus all top or bottom, or what objective? This is the most important part, because right now they are even in the goal. They are almost you can say this is the lead that they have right now. And the tower in mid lane finally has been destroyed by Singapore.
Oh, that took them a while there. Team Singapore, they still have their own tower, so they still have that advantage of having that space, but they also have to be aware of, like, because they gave away the Overlord towards Team Vietnam, now the Shadow Vanguards are starting to push in all lanes.
Yeah, right now they're trying to find all the damage here.
But
But look at then he goes in with the Wings of Judgment, trying to get the back line as well. But look at this, Kaya is still in the right position, trying to find everyone. But the Yao Ming is so ready from the side. They're still trying to get the rest of the team. He runs away. Hoida manages to escape this team fight. And right now, Yumi is rushing back to the base, trying to save the tier 2 tower for the top lane, including the Vanguard still down below. Vietnam's still gonna get that one free tower.
I love the positioning by Team Singapore, where they want to try to stop the Team Vietnam from turning back in that last fight. And they took down a couple of players from Team Vietnam. Now Team Singapore will be pushing down the mid lane. They take down the tower, but they will pull the handbrake, because the rest of Team Vietnam, they're going to be back on the course soon. Instead, Team Singapore, they're going to take this moment to clear off the jungle.
Again, this is the crucial moment for Singapore, right? They really need to focus on what's the next objective. Where do we move together to? But this might be just a little bit too risky. If he gets caught, this might be dangerous, and he escapes. But look at this, very aggressive from Huitan, trying to get Yumin. Can he manage to run? He does manage to do so, but they almost get flanked by Yanji. Yanji saw what was happening, and Yuming was quick.
Oh, that was so close there. My heart almost dropped. If he gets caught, then that's it.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the calling card for Team Vietnam to just push forward. But now with still all 5 players in time for Team Vietnam, they have to play this carefully. They will start off by taking down the golem first, at least win a small buff for themselves.
And by the same time, Yuming is very smart about that. He actually went towards the Azure Golem in the bottom lane. But right now, he might get caught. He goes in, very rare for a Tremor Smash has been used. He has wasted his Tremor Smash. This means Singaporean team knows about this. They can go in at any time.
And no Tremor Smash. Before the Tyrant is up, this could be an opportunity for Team Singapore to try to snatch it away. But because they have to defend their lanes, they have to clear off the lanes at the top. So this will allow Team Vietnam to regroup again. But keep your eye on Yuming at the bottom. He wants to try something funny there.
Yeah, I saw that, but he's trying to find a chance. But I'm not sure about Singapore sending 3 people to defend that one wave. I think it's just a bit a waste of time. They know that Lampo doesn't have ultimate, right? So why don't they go in right now? Why don't they try to secure the objective? And they have to smite.
But they're going to go for double here, okay? Anyway, Yuming will secure the Tyrant. Can they make it in time though? Looks like Bao will be able to secure that. Overlord is dead, and now they're going on to the back where Yuming is there. Yuming trying to catch whoever who's still there. Huiduk is not the target that he wants, but the boom will go down to the hands of Kayang.
Very smart from Yuming. He just shows his presence to show present control, and no one was there to actually go and touch him. Actually, if the 4 of them actually turned around and looked at Yuming, I'm pretty sure he will get caught immediately. But the next objective for Singapore is trying to get the tier 2 tower in the bottom lane, and right now the high ground tower.
Oh, and here comes the marching down the mid lane, but they have to clear off the waves as well, as Team Singapore have Weekend at the forefront, opening up the space with information. They know that Team Vietnam, they're going to be back as a 5 soon. They back off immediately.
Very smart for Vietnam to actually keep the Shadow Vanguard all the way to the minutes 14. Right now, they will be able to send the Shadow Vanguard towards the bottom lane, and it is the responsibility for Kayang to clear the Vanguard from the bottom lane. But look at this damage dealt ranking. It's all for Lin Van with 83,000 damage just for him himself. His involvement in team fights is just superb, making sure that Vietnam really stays on top of the team.
Look at this. Kayang bought a Blood Rage. It's not an item that you often see with Erin, because normally you go like, okay, I just want to go for all-in damage items and all that, right? But Blood Rage for Kayang, because he knows that he needs to stay alive as long as possible, and he's being targeted now by Team Vietnam, so he blocked the Blood Rage for himself.
So I think it's a good thing too, because Blood Rage also has a little bit of physical attack as well, and providing a lot of shield, of course, especially when he uses it below 50% HP. But against Huitan, it's probably going to be good, because no one has true damage coming in from Vietnam, except for the one who is holding on to the Crimson Golem buff.
Oh yeah, that's right. So the Blood Rage is a really good item. So far for Kayang, he's able to get 1 takedown, and that's about it. And he knows that that is not his typical standard, that he knows that he can get more, but he needs to find an opportunity. They need to find a good team fight, which is by first trying to bait out Nampong's Tremor Smash.
Yeah, right now Nampong still has his Tremor Smash. I wouldn't be surprised if Yuming manages to do the same thing over and over again. Very aggressive coming in from him. Even though he's just an assassin, he's very confident with the mobility that you have with the Nakororo. I'm pretty sure they will try to catch him if he shows his face, which he did. They're all going to go all over him right now, Cloud.
Oh, they're going to come in from the other side as well. They really want Yuming, and Yuming surely will not be able to escape this one. And it's going to be a straightforward takedown there. He stood too long in this lane, but Team Singapore, they have to take advantage of the fact that most of Vietnam players are at the bottom, trying to push at the top, but the Universal Law will stop them.
This is a base race that's happening right now. They have to go back. One Universal Law is enough to clear all the waves. The high ground tower in the bottom lane is going to get destroyed. But look at this ultimate coming in from the Garuda. Will it hit? Will it connect? It's not enough. They're all still very much well alive. Without the presence of Yuming, they have to play it safe.
It was unfortunate for Yuming to get caught like that, but the information should have been there, right? Like, hey, the players of Team Vietnam, they're close by. Like, Yuming, don't show yourself at the lane. If not, that's exactly what will happen. And they paid dearly for it by losing the final tower at the bottom.
Yeah, and the goal right now is still on the side of Singapore, by the way. So they have to make good use of this. They have to rotate together with Yanji. And somehow they have to be much more closer to Yuming in case anything happens.
Okay, right now the Tyrant is up though, but who's going to engage first? Ghost Ship will be used. Now, no Ghost Ship, but look at Yuming. He is keeping Team Vietnam busy by himself, and he's going towards the Tyrant area. Looks like they're not going to look at the Overlord. They're going to leave the Overlord for Vietnam, but at the same time, they're just going to buy enough time for maybe Yuming to do his thing,
Yeah.
and Kaya will get the Tyrant.
This is actually quite dangerous for them. They were only 3 of them. He's trying to force to steal it again, but look at this fight. Trying to get Nampuang, but Nampuang makes to run away. But the waste of Dashman almost gets Nampuang. He makes to run away. But look at their base. They need to protect the bottom lane. They need to send someone over there. This is the problem when the high ground tower gets down and no one is there to just clear the side lane. When you clear the side lane, this is the problem, Cloud. You show your face. The enemy knows where you are, so they can react to that information that they have and try to, take either objective or try to start a fight somewhere else, because the lack of one hero is all they need to make sure that the fight is no longer 50-50, it becomes 60-40 or 70-30.
Exactly, playing with the man advantage, right? The moment they see that, okay, not everybody is there, they go in for it, and that's where Team Vietnam, now they have the advantage of the Overlord. Now they're trying to chase down the Yuming, but it's not going to be that easy. They cannot overextend there, but keep your eye at the top there and the bottom as well.
Yeah. The Vanguard keeps on going in and no one is handling the side lanes. I think this is very important for them to really focus on, because they're going to keep losing high ground towers just for free. And I think they have to really, I know they have to rotate together, right? They have to be much more closer, but at least send one guy just for a while and then come back and join the team fight.
But you know what? We're going to get the Tempest without Hauler. Yeah, 45 more seconds before the Tempest is up, and looks like Team Vietnam, they have control of the map, especially with the fact that they took down the bottom tower, and now the middle tower is down as well. Team Vietnam, they have the advantage, but they have to be aware of the double smite from Team Singapore.
And Yu Ming, the position that he chooses to stay at is precarious. It's just mysterious, and we want to see what he's going to do with this thing, right? Because we all know that his damage is a lot, and he has to be very selective of what he does. All the psychological warfare that the Vietnamese will have, not knowing where Yuming is, that's part of the game, that's part of the plan. The mental war that they need to really win, and to make sure that he's going further away. I'm not sure why he's doing this. Probably because Yanji is here, right?
Okay.
Probably because Yanji can try to steal it.
But that means that they don't have all 5 together. He has to join together with his teammates. Okay, he's rotating past the river right now. He's now in the middle. And Team Singapore, they managed to zone out the players of Team Vietnam. So nobody's going to really commit onto the objective for now. Everybody's playing dance.
Yeah, right now against Yuming.
Oh, we can!
But look at this! Wings of Judgment has been used once more time, but the Tremors Smash has been used as well. Trying to run away to the back. He has wasted his ultimate. Right now, Yuming knows this information. They can try to start the war without the Tremor Smash. They can try to go all into the backline and find whoever that is up. But behind them, there's Hui Tan. He's so ready to go in.
Oh,
but Yuming goes to the back and holds on Hui Tan.